They lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection as Fresno comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed to jam. Counted for two.
Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off.
And it's saved.
What a game. Cortez smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Counted and a win.
And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina, coming to you from beautiful Somerset Softball Complex here in Somerset, Texas, on the campus of the Somerset Middle School, and we have a good one here for you tonight. Class 5A regional semifinal matchup between the Carroll Tigers and the Leander Lions. We're going to have the starting lineups for both teams right now as we're well into it for the Leander Lions here. And we'll start with them. Batting first, left fielder Megan Lee. Batting second, Madeline Strader. Shortstop. Batting third, the center fielder, Bailey Brandon. And batting fourth, number 6, Marley Nieces. Batting fifth, Bella Ruff, second baseman. Batting sixth, Lauren Tetrolt at first baseman. Batting seventh, Chrisma Edmondson, third base. And batting eighth, Delaney Brucker, designated pitcher. Batting ninth, Caitlin Beckerly in right field. And the starting pitcher going to be S.J. Gurin, flex / pitcher. And let's go over here for the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers. Batting first, Lindsay Leal. Batting second, Ayla Mata. Batting third and pitching, Vanessa Quiroga. Batting fourth, Ray Ann Avalos. Batting fifth, Caitlin Mendez. Batting sixth, Jasmine Trevino. Batting seventh, number 15, Allison Garcia. Batting eighth, Brianna Herrera. Batting ninth, Haley Duran. And the flex player playing right field is going to be number 20, Jazz Miller. So we're going to pull up the Class 5A softball bracket. Take a look at the Class 5A bracket here and let everybody know who's going where right after this national anthem. So we're going to have the national anthem. We'll take a quick commercial break, come back with a starting pitch, and look at the Class 5A bracket. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back. First pitch right after this coming up. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leander versus Corpus Christi Carroll, regional semifinal, getting ready to go here momentarily. Winner of this one's going to take on the winner of Georgetown and Victoria West. Victoria West, the other 29 5A participants still involved in the postseason. Carroll defeating Corpus Christi Ray, the fourth place team out of 29 in the regional quarterfinals to get here. And first up, leading things off for Leander is going to be number 4, Megan Lee. So here's the next pitch coming in from So the count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike here for the leadoff batter. That's number 4, Megan Lee. Here's the next pitch in from Quiroga, and Lee makes contact with it, fouls it off. Count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga. It's in and fouled off once again. Count going to remain 1-2. For Megan Lee, the game 1 of a 3-game series. Game 2 tomorrow, same time here, 6 p.m. And game 3, if necessary, going to be Saturday afternoon. Here's the pitch coming in from Quiroga, and this one going to be fouled off once again by Lee. He's fouled off a couple here in a row. Count going to remain 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and this one called strike 3. 1 down here. Good start here for Vanessa Quiroga. And coming to the plate is going to be number 8, Madeline Strader. 1 down and nobody on here in the top of the first inning. And Leander defeating Seguin Southwest and Medina Valley to get here into the regional semifinal. Is this pitch high outside for ball number 1. And we have a bevy of other softball games going on here tonight. We have set up in Jordanton for Cal Allen's series against Fredericksburg. And this one put down for a bunt. First baseman comes over to get it. Nice play there on the infield for the second out. So ground out there, and that's 2 down here. Coming to the plate next is going to be number 27, Bailey Brandon. That was a good job there by Herrera coming up to make that play. And Caitlin Mendez able to follow and get on the bag there at first. So 2 down here. And nobody on base. This first pitch from Quiroga comes in for ball number 1. His next pitch coming in outside, and that high outside corner for strike number 1. The count even at 1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike for Bailey Brandon for the Leander Lions. Here's the next pitch coming in from Quiroga, and this one put up by Brandon. It's going to fall in that gap, and it's going to be a base hit here. Put a runner on for Leander. That's going to put a runner on here for Leander with 2 outs, and coming to the plate next, it's going to be number 6, Marley Nisus. With 1 on, 2 out here. And that one hung up there a little bit with falling into that center field gap. Nice placement. So we're now first 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch coming from Quiroga. This one in for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Here for Marley Nisus. And here's the next pitch in from Quiroga. This one outside, a little high for ball number 2. And the count 2-0 here. 2 balls, no strikes now here for Marley Nisus. And the count 2-0. Next pitch coming in from Quiroga. It's on its way. Nice is going to foul it off behind her and to the right, up into the net for strike 1. So the count moves 2-1 here for Nisus, the 4th batter up to the plate this inning for Leander. Following a base hit from Bailey Brandon to put 1 on here. And the count's 2-1. 2-1 pitch on the way. This one outside on that edge for strike number 2. The count evens up at 2-all, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the count now 2-2 even. Next pitch on the way. And here's a throw over to second. And they got her sliding in, it looked like, but they're going to say she bobbled it. And the runner's going to be safe there at second. Nice throw there. Let's look at the play, but so the count goes 3-2. And let's look at the replay. The pitch comes in, and there's the throw by the catcher, but they said the shortstop bobbled it there before making the tag on the bag. So the count goes full, and we're going to have a little bit of a discussion between AJ Caballero and the Blues here. And we have a bit of a discussion here on the infield. Let's check out the instant replay one more time on the split. It was good in time, and I guess it's just a judgment call from the Blue to see if they bobbled, but if you see the throw there, it was good in time, and looks like the call's going to remain that the runner was safe sliding into second, so counts full 3-2 with the runner at second now for Leander. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. At the plate, this is Marley Nisus, again the 4th batter in the rotation for the Leander Lions. 3-2 pitch on the way here from Quiroga. Here it is, and this one hit and over the glove of the third baseman, and around comes Brandon for the score. That's an RBI single. To make it 1-0. So after that RBI single, runner on first now. And the score is 1-0. Now just over the glove there of Rayan Avalos. This is nice contact, nice placement there. And coming to the plate now is going to be number 2, Isabella Ruff. And back-to-back hits given up by Vanessa Quiroga. And here's his first pitch in. This one comes in for strike number 1, a little outside there on that edge. And the count 0-1. So it's a good start for Quiroga, the strikeout, and then a ground out over to first base. But then a Bailey Brandon single, and then a stolen base, and then an RBI single from Marley Nisus. Has Leander up 1-0. And a little bit of a mini 2-out spurt. And that one fouled off, and the count goes to 0-2 here for Isabella Ruff. And here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and Ruff sends it up and over the netting, and the count going to stay 0-2, no balls, 2 strikes. And like I said, we got a bevy of softball on the way. We got this game. We got Cal Allen versus Fredericksburg down the road in Jordanton. And we got Santa Gertrudis taking on Columbus in Beeville. Bishop versus Hallettsville over in Kennedy. And that's just the softball. We got 3 baseball regional quarterfinals on our network here today. As this throw over to first, not in time, and getting back on the bag, that's Marley Nisus. We also got Carroll and Gregory Portland, game number 2. Gregory Portland beating Carroll in game number 1 over there. And then at Cabinets, Veterans and Corpus Christi Ray at 29-5A, all 29-5A regional quarters on that side of the bracket over there. And here's the 1-2 pitch coming in. And this one comes in for ball number 2. Count even at 2 now. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on first. And also in baseball, we got Bishop versus Banqueta over at Hepburnville. That one changing fast. The Robstown field a little wet still after all the rain that's come through the coastal bend. But that's the slate that we got of games here tonight. And this one put in play over to the shortstop. And here's the throw. And foot off the bag, they said. And that's going to be. Throw was on time there. And runner's going to be at first and second. Let's look at that instant replay. Let's take a look at this again. This one put in play. Shortstop makes the throw. Bouncer over there, and it looks like the foot was on the bag. And going to get another look at it here and see what the call is from the Blues. Second such time we're going to get a call looked at once again here by the umpires as they convene. And the Blues talking about it here. And they're going to say she was safe, and that's another call going the way of Leander. So that's going to put 2 runners on. And both those calls pretty close. The runner coming in to slide at second to steal, and now this one here, and that's going to be a base hit. So that's going to be the 3rd hit in a row going down here for Leander off Corpus Christi Carroll's Vanessa Quiroga. And to the plate. And this one going to be put in play, and here's the force out at third. And that was the ground out there by Lauren Tetrolt on the force, but the damage is done as 1 run comes in on 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base for Leander in the top of the 1st inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, right after this.
Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in...
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 2nd inning here. Lindsay Leal leading things off for the Corpus Christi Carroll Tigers. The trail 1-0 after a Leander run. Coming in at the top of the 1st, Leander leaves 2 batters stranded after 3 hits. And this first pitch comes in, called ball number 1. So a couple of calls not going Carroll's way there in the top of the 1st inning, but they get out of it with just 1 hit allowed. And this one is going to be put in play there, and just out of glove reach of the shortstop there is going to allow a runner to get on here in the leadoff spot. It's going to be safe at first for Lindsay Leal on the E6 there, so the runner on first coming up to the plate is going to be Ayla Mata with 1 on here. And here's the pitch from Savannah Guerin, and this bunt laid down. They're going to move the runner over to second, and there's the throw, and Mata is going to move a runner over via that bunt, but it's going to be out number 1, and a runner now at second. And coming to the plate is going to be Vanessa Quiroga, the pitcher for Corpus Christi Carroll here. When runner on second, 1 down here in the bottom of the 1st inning. So here's the pitch from Guerin. This one a little high. Comes in for ball number 1. So the count 1-0 here for Guerin. Here's the pitch in, and Quiroga gets a piece of it. It fouls it off into the net. Count going to be even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. With a runner on second and 1 down here. And the bottom of the first inning. And Quiroga sets back into the batter's box. Savannah Guerin delivers the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for Quiroga for strike number 2. And the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Quiroga, behind in the count 1-2, steps into the batter's box once again. And Quiroga gets a piece of this one, fouls it up behind her. And the count going to stay 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes here. I want to thank everybody who's joined us here on Real Sports Live, watching us wherever you guys may be on any social media platform where you guys are at. Make sure to give us a like, give it a share, as Quiroga is going to pop this one up. And it's going to be an error there in the center field. And the second such for Leander. And it's going to put runners at first and second now. And that's going to be on an error in center field. So a couple errors here for Leander, giving Carroll a couple of base runners there. And coming to the plate now is going to be we're going to get a pinch runner coming in here for Vanessa Quiroga. And coming to the plate is going to be Rayan Avalos. He's had a great season, has Avalos, and the last series had a couple of home runs in the closeout game against Corpus Christi Ray the last time we were on the air with Carroll. So she comes to the plate with 2 on and 1 out here, and this pitch a little high for ball number 1. Count 1-0 here, and the bottom of the first inning. As I said before, thank you guys for joining us, and make sure to give this video a like, give it a share, and let everybody know you're watching and that we're here streaming. As Avalos tries to put a bunt down and sends it foul, and the count moves to 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down and 2 runners on. Here's the pitch coming in. Avalos pops this one up. And the second baseman gets under this one. That's going to be out number 2. And 2 down. And 2 down. And coming to the plate, it's going to be Caitlin Mendez, number 9. 2 down and 2 on. Here in the bottom of the first, and Carroll gonna hopefully, well, they're gonna try to tie this one up here after giving up a run in the top of the first inning. Leander had a little bit of a rally, picked up a run after a couple of hits after the first 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Let's see if Carroll can do the same with 2 down here and 2 runners on. And that first pitch comes in for strike number 1. 0-1 the count here for number 9, Caitlin Mendez. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 2, and Mendez behind in the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And a couple of runners on here for Mendez. And Guerin delivers the 0-2 pitch. This one high outside, called ball 1. And the count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. And swing and a miss for strike number 3. And that's going to end the inning here. And 2 left stranded, so no runs, no hits. There were 2 errors, and there was 2 left on base for Carroll in the bottom of the first. We're through 1 complete, ladies and gentlemen. Headed to the second. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the second inning. Leading off for Leander is going to be number 9, the 7th batter in the lineup. So 7, 8, 9 due up here for Leander, and this is going to be Chris Ma Edmondson to lead things off for the Leander Tigers, who lead 1-0. And here's the first pitch on the way from Quiroga. This one outside for ball number 1. So Carroll caught a little bit of a break there, got a couple of runners on via error, but unable to bring them in as Caitlin Mendez goes down via strikeout to end the inning. And this next pitch comes in outside for ball number 2. And count moves to 2-0 for the leadoff batter, Edmondson. And the count 2-0, and here's the 2-0 pitch on the way, high outside for ball number 3. And Edmondson comfortably ahead of the count, 3-0, 3 balls, no strikes. And the count all the way. This one outside for ball 4, and Quiroga walks the leadoff batter here in the top of the second inning as she delivers 4 straight balls. And that's going to be a runner on here for Leander. And coming to the plate is going to be Delaney Brunker for Leander. Coming to the plate with a runner on and nobody out. So here we go. Here's the first pitch from Quiroga, and this one outside for ball 1 as Brunker showing bunt there. And the count 1-0. And the count 1-0 here for number 16, Delaney Brunker. And here's the pitch underway from Quiroga, and Brunker's going to pop this one up, and the catcher under it for out number 1. Nice play there. And then after that pop up there, it's going to be 1 down, and coming to the plate, it's going to be number 24, Caitlin Beckerly. 1 down, 1 on here, and Top of the second inning. Beckley, the ninth batter in this lineup. And Quiroga prepares to deliver the first pitch. This one's in, high outside. Called ball number 1. Beckley out of the count here. 1 ball, no strikes. And Quiroga steps up and prepare to deliver next pitch. That's when they're going to check swing there. They're going to say no. Comes in for ball 2. Count moves 2-0 here. It's Caitlin Beckerly. Head of the count now 2-0. So here's Quiroga. Delivers the 2-0 pitch. This one outside for ball number 3. Real going here for Quiroga. 3 balls, no strikes. So the count 3-0, runner on first, and 1 down here in top of the second inning. And here's the next pitch coming in for Quiroga. This one down the middle for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Again, this game 1 of a 3-game regional semifinal series. Class 5A Region 4. Winner going to the regional final, and this pitch comes in for ball number 4, and that's going to be a walk. Second of the inning here, and it's going to be 2 on for Leander. Runners at first and second. And coming back to the top of the lineup, and it's going to be number 4, Megan Lee, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout here tonight. And she comes to the plate with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And this one's going to be fouled off here by Lee. Count moves to 0-1. Next pitch on the way here from Quiroga. And Lee's going to send this one up the third base line. That one's going to fall foul. And the count going to go to 0-2. And the count 0-2 for Megan Lee, the leadoff batter in the lineup for Leander. Again, coming to the plate, she's 0-1 with the strikeout. Count 0-2 here. And the 0-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga. This one comes in low outside for ball number 1. So Quiroga walking 2 batters here so far. He's allowed 3 hits and has a strikeout tonight so far, and 1 1/3 inning of work so far. And here's the Quiroga, and that's going to be Lee hitting into a force out at third for out number 2. So 2 down, and coming up next to the plate, it's going to be number 8, Madeline Strader. And Strader ground out to first, and she's 0-1 on the day as well. Two on and 2 out, and here's the first pitch coming in from Quiroga. And this one bounces, and it falls fair, and it's going to be sent into the outfield as 1 runner comes across. And it's going to be an RBI double here. And it's going to make it 2-0 as Leander puts up another run. And here comes Bailey Brandon. And Brandon 1 for 1 with a single on the night.
The only thing there is the flow of the weather.
And the lead now 2-0. This first pitch comes in on that outside corner for strike number 1. And once again, Leander picking up another run with 2 outs here. Did the same in the first inning, and after the first 2 outs, put up 3 straight hits. One being an RBI, and now we have Strader with an RBI double, and now runners at second and third. And this ball gets away from the catcher, and the count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the count 1-1 here for Bailey Brandon. Brandon seeking her second hit of the day, and here's the 1-1 pitch coming in. This one outside. Here's a throw over to third from the catcher. Throws there, not in time. Count moves to 2-1. And 2 balls, 1 strike. So Brandon at the count 2-1. And runners in scoring position, second and third. Count 2-2. This pitch outside for ball 3. And the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So here's Quiroga, 3-2 pitch on the way, and this one hit fouled over towards the home dugout. And the count going to stay full, 3-2. And the count 3-2, and Quiroga going to deliver a 3-2 pitch once again. On its way, this one low outside, and it's going to be a walk, and that's going to load the bases up. So the bases juiced, 2 down, bases loaded, and coming to the plate, it's going to be number 6, Marley Nices. And Nices 1 for 1 with an RBI here today already. Being able to drive in the run in the top of the first. And she comes to the plate hoping to do the same in this inning. This time bases are juiced for her. And here's the pitch on the way from Quiroga. And Nices is going to send this one into deep right. And that's going to be 3 runs coming around. That's going to be a 3 RBI triple. She slides into third. And that's going to be 5-0. And let's take a look at that replay. Nices just comes in, gets a piece of that one, and sends it a deep right. And that's going to be a 5-0. And going to be at the end of the inning here. So 4 more runs come in for Leander on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was nobody left on base. So we are through 1.5. Keep it here. We're headed to the bottom of the second. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the inning here. And 4 more runs coming for Leander in the top of the second. They now lead 5-0 over Carroll. And leading off here for Carroll, it's number 7, Jasmine Trevino. She swings and misses there as the count 1-1.
But they don't didn't do it this year, but the previous year they did one. Yeah. It wasn't a lot, maybe 15 or less.
And the count 2-1 here for the leadoff batter Trevino. This pitch comes in called strike 2. The count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the count even at 2-2.
You get a few men coaches that know the game, and then you get a few guys that don't know nothing.
And the 2-2 pitch here for the leadoff batter Trevino. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. This one outside makes the count full. 3-2. And an uphill battle here for Carroll, the biggest hole they've been in here in all this postseason. And here's Trevino gonna send this one foul to deep right. And the count gonna stay 3-2, and she's gonna trot back into the batter's box. So the count is going to stay full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for leadoff batter in this inning, Jasmine Trevino. And Trevino going to step into the box here. 3-2 pitch on the way from Gurin, and Trevino's going to foul this one out behind her into the net. And the count going to stay full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Trevino steps into the plate. And 3-2 pitch on the way, fouled off. And Trevino in there battling. So 3 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count 3-2. Full count.
Now they gotta tell you.
And 3-2 pitch, and Trevino sends this one into left field, and that's going to be a leadoff hit. And first hit of the game for the Carroll Tigers, and that's a single to deep left. And it's going to be 1 on here for Carroll. They try to get something going here as they pick up their first hit of the game due to Carroll Tigers. And coming to the plate is going to be number 15, Allison Garcia. And Garcia comes to the plate with a runner on first.
So what I tell us to do is just say, hey, coach, you got it? Yes, sir, I got it. Okay, thank you.
So Carroll hoping that's going to get them going a little bit here in the bottom of the second inning as they trail 5-0. And here's the next pitch in. This one comes in low. And this count going to go 1-0 here. And here comes. And Garcia steps to the plate. Count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And pitch on the way. Garcia fouls it off. Evens the count up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Green, the guy that lives in Somerset here, and then the one passed away 10 years ago.
And the count 1-1 here for Zervino. And here's the 1-1 pitch on the way from Guerin. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Now a little outside there for Garcia, and the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I haven't seen him. Matter of fact, I saw him 3 months ago in they were doing the softball. There at Somerset, at what's the name of that, Castillo's? Yeah, Castillo's. You were there doing him and this other guy. They were doing raising for for
And the 1-2 pitch on the way. This one comes in high
scholarships and stuff.
for ball number 2.
Well, Charlie, can you come over? Yeah, I'm over there. I saw a couple of guys I went to school with. Two, Garcia. But he's doing okay. Remember he had a bypass. Yeah, he had a heart attack. Not a heart attack, he had a bypass.
And the count 2-2.
He got me that time, but he had some blockage.
Pitch on the way. Garcia fouls it off into the net right behind her, and the count going to stay even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With no outs and a runner on first for Garcia. Carroll in a 5-0 hole as Leander puts up 4 runs in the top of the second, and Carroll trying to have an answer here, and this pitch comes in for strike 3, and Garcia goes down looking for out number 1. So 1 down, and coming to the plate for Corpus Christi Carroll is going to be Brianna Herrera. 1 out, 1 on here for Herrera. And Herrera, the number 8 batter in this lineup. This pitch comes in down the middle, strike 1. And the count moves to 0-1 for Bri Herrera. And the Carroll Tiger bats have been known to get hot in a hurry, and they are hoping to see some of that here as they are looking up at a 5-0 deficit to a really, really stout Leander Lions team. This pitch comes in high. Ball number 1. And Leander just one heck of a season. 34-1 overall, undefeated district title in their district. And it's District 25, 5A. And just running through the season, only 1 loss overall, and that's been in it's been a while since that one. Well, actually, they hadn't lost a game all season until falling in Game 2 to Medina Valley, so they were able to get through Medina Valley in 3 games. They won the first 2-0, lost the second 1-0, and then won the decider 5-0. So the count here 2-2 for Herrera. So just a really, really strong Leander team here. Coming up against an equally strong Carroll team, and here's Herrera. Sends it to deep center for a fly out, and now number 2. So 2 down here for Carroll in the bottom of the second inning. And coming to the plate is going to be number 11, Haley Duran for the Carroll Tigers. 2 out and a runner on first. And Carroll 30-5 and 15-2 in a really, really tough District 29 5A. Had 3 teams make it into the regional quarterfinals, and 2 of them still alive. Victoria West also in the regional final on the other end of the bracket. So really tough teams, and they've showed it with deep playoff runs here as this pitch comes in outside, swinging a miss for strike number 1 for Haley Duran. And the count 0-1 here. And Duran from the number 9 pitcher in the lineup. And here's the pitch from Urine, high for ball one. Count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike here for Savannah Urine. Was only allowed the 1 hit. A couple of errors behind her, but other than that, been pretty solid. A couple of strikeouts here through the first couple of innings for her. And here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing, miss for strike number 2. And the count 1-2 here for Duran. Trying to pick up some momentum here with the runner on. And here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Guerin. This one fouled off. Count going to stay 1-2. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 here as Duran steps back into the box. 1-2 pitch on the way once again. This one high and outside for ball number 2. And the count even at 2 now. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with the runner at first. And the count even here at 2-2. Guerin readies herself as Duran steps to the plate, and Duran pops this one up and foul into the netting on top of the visiting dugout. And the count going to stay even at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Duran. So resetting here, the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way from Guerin, and swing and a miss for strike number 3. And nice pitch there, second strikeout as Guerin retires 3 straight batters there. Change up pitch. So no runs on 1 hit, there was no errors, and there was 1 left on base for Corpus Christi Carroll in the bottom of the 2nd. We are headed to the 3rd, and coming to the plate up next, it's going to be number 2, Isabella Ruff, number 21, Lauren Tetrault, and number 9, Chrisma Edmondson. In the top of the 3rd when we return. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
He throws it down. Hey! See you later. Touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later. Touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off in the top of the 3rd was Isabella Ruff with a 6-3 ground out to kick things off. 1 down here for Leander in the top of the 3rd. And that's going to give way to number 21, Lauren Tetrault. And Tetrault hitting to a force out 0 for 1. And with that ground out for Isabella Ruff, she's 1 for 2 with a single on the night. So here comes Tetrault, 0 for 1. And here's the pitch, this one outside for ball number 1. And this one going to be sent up the third base line. And the count going to be 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the count 1-1 here for Tetrol. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the third inning. And here's the 1-1 pitch, and this one outside for ball 2. And the count moves to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here for Tetrol.
Because y'all were dry, man, that day. God damn, it was nice, man. Jordan, man, it was getting cloud out there because the lightning.
So the count 2-1. Tetrol gets a piece of this one, smacks it off.
And that comes around.
And the count even at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here for Lauren Tetrol. And the count even at 2 here in the top of the third inning. Leander up 5-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga. And Tetrol's going to smack it over to the first baseman for a ground out. And out number 2. And with 2 down, here comes Chris Ma Edmondson. And Edmondson reached on a walk the last time she was at the plate. See what she can do here in this one.
It's up to me. Either cancel it, and y'all are losing. You're 6-3 right now, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. So now we have to call UIL.
And here's this pitch right down the middle for strike number 1.
It's lightning, Marvin. We're not playing them lightning. We've been waiting for the 2 hours already. Okay, then they got school night. They can't play after 10:30. I said, okay. So I got on the gentleman's yes. So it was still lightning. That's so Maggie, please, Maggie. Whatever y'all.
And it's going to be out number 3 here. So that ground up. So 3 up, 3 down. Good inning here for the Carroll defense in the top of the third inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we are headed to the bottom of the third. And coming up is going to be the top of the order for the Carroll Tigers. 1, 2, 3 for the Carroll Tigers in the bottom of the third. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Rolo Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off here for Carroll in the bottom of the third inning is going to be Lindsay Leal. And Leal reached base on an error at shortstop in the bottom of the first inning to lead things off. So let's see what she can do here at her second at bat. And she's going to foul this one off. Strike number 1.
That's when she told me, how far can we wait? I said, man, the school night's 10:30. That's it. You don't have no UIO shut you down. Because the kids, man, now you got to drive back and get the kids. By the time that's 12 o'clock at night, you don't want to get in trouble.
This pitch comes in for ball number 1 to count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the count 1-1 here for the leadoff batter, Leal.
Yeah. That's why they decided to.
So Carroll has left 3 runners stranded, getting runners on in both innings. And this one, a bouncer, a roller into the right field, and that's going to be a hit here. And a leadoff single here for Leal. And once again, back-to-back innings, Carroll leads off with a single. And coming to the plate is going to be Ayla Mata. 0 for 1 is Mata. She's coming to the plate here with 1 on and nobody out. We'll see what Mata can do here in her second appearance at the plate. Here's the pitch from Gurin. This one going to be popped up and fouled out for an 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike here. And Mata steps back into the box. And Gurin readies herself for the next pitch. Next pitch on the way. This one outside on that edge on that corner for strike number 2. And the count moves to 0-2 here for number 5, Ayla Mata. And the count 0-2 now. And here's so leadoff single here. Runner on. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As Carroll trails Leander 5-0. But coming up empty in the top of the 3rd inning, so see if Carroll can ride this inning here at the plate and strike out there for Ayla Mata. So 1 down here with 1 out now, and coming to the plate is going to be the pitcher Vanessa Quiroga. And Quiroga coming to the plate, and she also reached on an error in the 1st inning, and that was an error in center field. Center field, I guess, losing the fly out in the sun and giving a free base over to Quiroga. So this pitch comes in for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike here for pitcher Quiroga. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. Welcome y'all in from wherever you guys are streaming us here, whether it be on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on the Roku Network. We're Real Sports Live. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to give this video a like and a share, and let everybody know that we're here. And anybody who might be looking for this stream, direct them in the right direction. You can either get it on Facebook or on YouTube. And want to let everybody know the links don't go live until the game goes live. So whenever we start the broadcast, that's when the links are live. So for those looking for the links during the day, just be patient with us. But we'll be happy to answer any and all questions on our social media direct messages. So this pitch comes in for ball number 1, 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Quiroga. She's got a runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So, and Quiroga settles in here to the batter's box. And here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Gurin, and swing and a miss for strike number 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. Down goes Quiroga swinging. And 2 down. And coming to the plate now, it's going to be Rayanne Avalos. Avalos with a pop fly. Last time she was at the plate, 0 for 1. And this is her 2nd appearance. But Avalos steps to the plate with the runner on here after the leadoff batter, Lindsay Liad, picks up a single. And this pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1. So the count 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. Gurin readies herself for the next pitch. And Savannah Gurin delivers this pitch right down the middle for strike number 1. Gurin, pretty solid outing so far. Back-to-back strikeouts, and she's had at least a strikeout in the first 3 innings. She's now at 5. Had a strikeout in the bottom of the 1st. 2 more in the bottom of the 2nd, and 2 here. She struck out Ayla Mata and Vanessa Quiroga. And here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. This one high. Here's the throw over to first. Pickoff attempt was there, but late. So count moves to 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike here for Rayan Avalos. Avalos steps to the plate. And 2 balls, 1 strike. And here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. This one down the middle, strike number 2 to even the count now. And 2s all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner on first for Rayan Avalos. So here we go. And 2-2 pitch on the way here for Guerin, and Guerin sends it in, and Avalos swings, makes contact, and fouls it off, and the count's going to stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Rayan Avalos. So here comes Guerin, ready in for the 2-2 pitch once again, delivers it, and Avalos makes contact, fouls it off, up and over the visiting dugout, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 2 out, and there's runner at first here, and so stepping into the batter's box is Avalos, and the count's 2-2. Here's Guerin, ready for the 2-2 pitch, and Avalos sends it into rolling to the left field, and she's going to get on base, and 2 on now after Rayan Avalos single to left. And that one just rolling into the infield, making good contact there was Avalos. And coming to the plate now is going to be number 9, Kaylin Mendez. And let's look at this once more. And Avalos gets a piece of it and sends it past the third baseman's reach. Watch as they go by her there into the outfield. And a little bit of life here for Carroll as they get runners on first and second now. And here's Mendez at the plate. This pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1. So another couple of runners on for Carroll. They've left runners stranded in each of the first 2 innings. They've left 3 total, and they've got 2 on right now with 2 outs. And the count 1-0 here for Kaylin Mendez. And swing and a miss for strike number 1 for Mendez. And the count even now at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a lot of people showing out here in Somerset from both sides as we got good outing here of fans. As this pitch is going to be fouled into the net behind her and to the right. And the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Kaylin Mendez. And Mendez steps into the batter's box. She's got 2 on and 2 out. And she's trying to make something happen here for Carroll as they trail by 5. And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Guerin, and this one fouled off into the net by Mendez. Count going to stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Savannah Guerin. She's allowed 3 hits here to Carroll, but she's also struck out 5 in 3 innings and just having a solid outing so far. And here's a 1-2 pitch, and this one going to be popped up by Mendez to deep center field for out number 3. So that's going to be the end of the inning. So no runs on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base for Carroll, which is left now 5 runners left stranded over the first 3 innings. And we are through 3 complete, headed to the top of the 4th inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
Memories. Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Headed to the top of the fourth inning. And leading things off here for Leander is going to be Delaney Brunker. And Brunker coming to the plate. 0 for 1 on the night. Had a pop-up in the top of the second. Had a pop-up for what would have been the first out of that inning here. Coming to the plate in the top of the fourth inning. Against Carroll pitcher Vanessa Quiroga. And here's the first pitch on the way from Quiroga. Right down the middle for strike number 1. And Quiroga in the last inning found the form, retired the side, 3 up, 3 down, and the top of the third, hoping she could do that here and hold off this powerful Leander team so the offense can get going here as she delivers this pitch in for ball number 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike for the leadoff batter, Delaney Brunker. Due up this inning is going to be Brunker, Beckerly, and back to the top of the lineup with Megan Lee. And Brunker smacks this one over to the second baseman. And the ground out for out number 1. And the 4-3 put out there, 1 down. And coming to the plate, this is number 24, Caitlin Beckerly. And Beckerly, in her first appearance at the plate, reach base on balls. Comes to the plate here, 1 down, nobody out in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch coming from Quiroga on its way and fouled off into the net behind her for strike number 1. Count 0-1, no balls, 1 strike here for number 24, Caitlin Beckerly. Leander offense, 5 runs batted in on 5 hits. And this one by Beckerly fouled off for strike number 2, count 0-2. So the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes for Beckerly. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Quiroga on its way. This one high outside for ball number 1. Quiroga. And the count 1-2. And Quiroga prepares here for the 1-2 pitch. Pitch on the way. And this one is going to be a base hit from Beckerly. And Beckerly is going to record a single here. And she sends it into left center for the single and take it back to the replay. Just gets all of that one here. And that's going to put a runner on. Let's look at that one again. Just nice form there and gets it to drop there in left center gap. Now, runner on first here with 1 out, and we're cycling across to the top of the lineup. And coming to the plate, this is number 4, Megan Lee, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Here's Lee. 1 on and 1 out. Here's the pitch, high and outside for ball number 1. And the count 1-0 here. 1 ball, no strikes. And Quiroga ready for the pitch on its way, and this bunt put down here by Lee going to be called foul. And the count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lee, in 2 appearances, she's got a strikeout and hit into a force at third. In her first 2 appearances, count 1-1 here for her. 1-1 pitch on the way, and this one low and inside for ball number 2. And the count moves to 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. For Megan Lee. And Quiroga settles in the circle. And here's the 2-1 delivery here, and this one outside for ball number 3. And the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. For Megan Lee, the
Okay. Oh, you gotta go check over there too? Alright.
and time called here as Lee's gonna step out of the batter's box and looks like the official over there talking to the Carroll coaches.
One time we were warming up with Pleasanton,
And looks like we're all good now as the blue gets back in its position behind the plate in the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike here for Megan Lee. Megan Lee, the leadoff batter here in the lineup. So the count 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch coming in for Quiroga, and Lee is going to send this one into right center, and that's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back hits here for Leander. Puts 2 on with a 1 out here. And let's go to that replay here. So now Lee is 1 for 3 and just got a piece of this one. This one right down the middle. And nice play attempt there by the right fielder, but just a little bit out of her grasp. Just nice placement there. But 2 on with 1 out here, and coming to the plate now is going to be number 8, Madeline Strader. Strader's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And this pitch comes in for called strike 1.
I was telling Coach, I saw a video, it was a YouTube video.
And we count 0-1 here.
They said this catcher will frame anything. The ball's up there, here he'll go.
So that's going to be 2 runners on and 1 out here for Leander as they are looking to extend this lead. They put up 5 runs and now on 7 hits on the day. And here's the next pitch coming in from Quiroga. In for strike 2 as the count goes 0-2. For Madeline Strader, excuse me. Again, this is going to be game 1 of this regional semifinal series. All the games to be played here in Somerset. Same time tomorrow, back here at 6 p.m. and 1 p.m. if needed on Saturday, I believe. As this one right over to the shortstop, and that's going to be double play there. It's going to be a 6-4 double play. Nice catch there by the shortstop. And let's check this out here. Just nice catch there by the shortstop, and the nice toss there as the second baseman ready on the bag to get the second out. So no runs on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base for Leander in the top of the 4th inning. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back right after this.
But we have many soldiers, from the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth inning, and Leander held scoreless in the top of the fourth inning after a nice play at shortstop from Lindsay Leal, making the catch and then the toss over to second baseman to get the double play. A 6-4 variety for Carroll in the top of the fourth to leave a runner stranded for Leander. Well, speaking of runners stranded, Carroll's gotten runners on each of the first three innings, just has not been able to drive them in. Left two on in the first, one in the second, and two more in the bottom of the third. And they've recorded 3 hits, one in the bottom of the second and 2 in the bottom of the third. Let's see what they can register here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They've shown flashes, just have not been able to string together hits and in a timely fashion. And here's a lead off into the right field gap, and there's a throw, not in time, and that's going to be a leadoff single here for number 7, Jasmine Trevino. So it's going to be a runner on first, and coming to the plate, it's going to be number 15, Allison Garcia. And Garcia 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and that hit for Jasmine Trevino was her second, so she's 2 for 2 on the day. So here comes Garcia. This pitch comes in for strike number 1 for Savannah Guerin. And the count 0-1. Next pitch on the way, and this one popped up by Garcia and over to the second baseman, who's going to get under it for out number 2. Well, out number 1, excuse me. So 1 down here. So 1 down and 1 on. Bri Herrera coming to the plate for Carroll. She's 0 for 1. And a fly out the first time on base in the bottom of the, at the plate in the bottom of the second inning. Comes to the plate this time with 1 on and 1 out. First pitch from Guerin on the way inside. Ball number 1. And count 1-0 here for Herrera. Next pitch on the way from Guerin down the middle, strike number 1. And even things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and a runner on. Next pitch on the way from Guerin, this one called strike 2. So Herrera here behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Leander pitcher Urine readies here, and 1-2 pitch on the way, and Herrera sends this one in a fly out to center field for out number 2. And she's now over 2 on the night. Here comes number 11, Haiti Duran, to the plate, 0 for 1 on the night. Striking out the first time to the plate. And Duran's going to foul this one off, up and over. And the count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here for number 9 batter in the lineup, Haley Duran, who's going to foul this one off high behind her for strike number 2. And the count 0-2, no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch on the way from Guerin. This one called strike 3, and Duran goes down looking to end the inning here. And that's strikeout number 6 for Guerin. And in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Carroll Lady Tigers, no runs on no hits, on 1 hit, excuse me. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base, and another runner left on for Carroll. That's 6 on the night. We're through 4, headed to the top of the 5th inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the top of the 5th inning. Leading things off is going to be Bailey Brandon. And Brandon 1 for 1 with the walk in 2. And this one's going over the fence for a solo shot to lead things off here. And it's now a 6-0 lead for Leander. Sends it over that left field wall. Let's take a look at that one once again. And she eyed that one all the way, and that solo shot makes it 6-0 here. And coming to the plate now is going to be Marley Nisus. She's 2 for 2 with 4 RBI. And this pitch outside. Strike number 1. And that representing the 8th hit, so 6 runs coming in on 8 hits for Leander here tonight. This one high, low outside for ball number 1. some nicest on the night. As we mentioned, she's got a couple of hits and a few RBI single on the top of the first. And coming around in the second inning, 3 RBI triple, as she's going to fly out to right here for out number 1. So 1 down, and coming to the plate, it's going to be Isabella Ruff. And she's 1 for 2. So we're up to the plate. 1 out and nobody on. This one over to third base, and Avalos makes the throw to first. And the ground out there. A 5-3 put out. Round number 2. So 2 down, and coming to the plate, 21, Lauren Tetrault. And she's 0 for 2 on the night, this Tetrault. And Tetrault sends this one into right field to end the inning. So there's a foul. So 1 run on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left on base in the top of the 5th, but a solo home run by Bailey Brandon to lead things off in the top of the 5th makes it a 6-0 lead for Leander. Headed to the bottom. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the lineup due up for the Carroll Tigers. Lindsay out to the plate. And Leal swings and misses for strike number 2. And the count 0-2 for the leadoff batter, Leal. Leal last time at the plate with the leadoff single in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And back in the 1st, she reached on an error at short. So the count 0-2 now for her. And Leander picking up another run on the top of the 5th on a solo home run from Bailey Brandon. And this one going to be fouled off here by Leal. Count 0-2. And here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Guerin, and Leal puts this one up and into the glove of Guerin for out number 1. And 1 down. And coming to the plate now, number 5, Ayla Mata. One of the Carroll freshmen to the plate. And Mata gets a piece of this one, fouls it into the netting off to the left for the 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike. And Mata puts this one in play over to the pitcher, and Urin makes the throw over to first for out number 2. And 2 down. And now Vanessa Quiroga, the Carroll pitcher, over to the plate. So 2 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's this pitch in from Urin outside for ball number 1. Count 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. This pitch on the way down the middle, strike 1. And the count 1-1 here for Quiroga. And pitch in for strike number 2, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for the Carroll pitcher, Vanessa Quiroga. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for Quiroga for strike number 3, and the drop strike and the throw over to first. And it's 3 up, 3 down here for Guerin. She retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we are through 5 complete, headed to the top of the 6th. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
And see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Leading things off here is going to be Leander's Chrisma Edmondson, and Edmondson on the night and in 2 appearances has been walked and has grounded out, and this is her 3rd appearance, so 0 for 1 with the walk and 2 trips to the plate for Edmondson. And Leander with a 6-0 lead have put up a run in the first, 4 in the second. That big inning, biggest difference here, and a solo shot in the top of the 5th by Bailey Brandon. Here's this pitch called strike 1. for the leadoff batter, Chrisma Edmondson. We're through 5 complete. Leander with 6 runs on 8 hits. Carroll, no runs on 4 hits. And Leander's got 2 errors credited to them. Those were early on, but ever since then, playing a just solid game all around for the Leander Lions. And count 1-1 here. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Edmondson. This pitch outside on the edge for ball 2. And count 2-1, 2 balls and 1 strike. And pitch on the way, 2-1. This one high outside, ball 3, and the count moves 3 balls, 1 strike here for the leadoff batter, Chrisma Edmondson. And checking on some of these other games in the Class 4 regional semifinals, Cal Allen up 3-0 on Fredericksburg. Looking in at Santa Gertrudis and Columbus from earlier, and Chrisma Edmondson is going to draw a walk. And it's going to be a runner on here as Edmondson reaches base on balls.
Pinch hitting for Leander Lions right now is number 14, Paige McCall.
And we have Santa Gertrudis taking game 1 from Columbus, so they are up in that best of 3 series. There's some Coastal Bend action, and we're going to have a sub here. We're going to have Paige McCall subbing in. So this is McCall's first appearance, comes to the plate with 1 on, nobody out here on top of the 6th. And swing and a miss here for McCall for strike number 1. Count 0-1 now for McCall, and so looking in again at some of these other scores here, and this pitch comes in for strike number 2 and the count 0-2. And looking in at Bishop and Hallettsville, Bishop up 6-0, 7-0 on Hallettsville heading into the 7th inning. So Bishop, Santa Gertrudis looking in good shape in their game 1s. They've met twice with Bishop coming up on top, and should they win in this series, they meet again for the Region 4 championship. But that's why I play the game first things first, and here's this pitch coming in outside for ball number 1. So the count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one high outside for ball number 2. And the count 2-2 for number 14, Paige McCall. And Quiroga on the night, as we mentioned, giving up 8 hits and 6 runs. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. And the call goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. And coming to the plate, going to be Caitlin Beckerly. And Beckerly 1 for 1 with a walk in 2 appearances. And this is her 3rd appearance. This pitch comes in. Called strike 1.
You get one coach is yelling at you, just go, hey coach, when you're done yelling, we
And the count 0-1. This pitch comes in a little outside for ball number 1. Count even, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and a runner at first. Next pitch on the way from Quiroga. Contact made there, and it's fouled off by Beckerly. And the count moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Beckerly. And Quiroga settling in the circle. 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. This one comes in high on the riser there for ball number 2, and the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Caitlin Beckerly. And Beckerly, ninth batter in the lineup here. And swing and a miss, and down she goes for strike number 3 and the second out, and back-to-back strikeouts here for Quiroga. So 2 down and cycling back to the top of the lineup. And Megan Lee comes to the plate. And Megan Lee, 1 for 3, and with a single the last time she was at the plate. And Lee coming to the plate with 2 down and 1 on. Here's the pitch, high outside for ball number 1. And the count 1-0. And here's Quiroga. Sends this one in on that outside edge for strike number 1. Count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Megan Lee. 4th batter to the plate, top of the lineup for Leander. Count 1-1, pitch on the way, and Lee is going to drop this one in to left center, and that's going to bring another run in. That's going to be an RBI double for her. And it's a 7-0 game here. And coming to the plate is going to be number 8, Madeline Strader. And we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here with the Carroll Tigers as they now see themselves in a 7-0 hole. Let's check out that last hit here from Megan Lee. And that's back-to-back hits for her. And Lee just gets a piece of this one and sends it right in to left field. And bringing about Chrisma Edmondson, who's moseying across home plate. And Leander has now put up runs in 4 of the 6 innings. Didn't put up anything in the 3rd and the 4th inning. But here they are up 7-0, and to the plate is going to be Madeline Strader. Strader hit into a double play last time, but other than that, she is 1 for 3 with an RBI. And this pitch comes in low down the middle for strike for ball number 1. Count 1-0 here. 1 ball, no strikes for Madeline Strader. And count 1-0. Here's the next pitch coming in from Quiroga, and Strader's going to foul this one off past third base. And the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Madeline Strader. So Leander with that last RBI double. That's 7 runs coming in on 9 hits. And this one right up the middle, and another base hit, and another run coming in. Here's the throw, and it's going to be an RBI double here as Lee comes in. And makes it 8-0. And that's going to be runner at second. And coming to the plate is going to be Bailey Brandon. And Brandon, a solo shot in the fifth. Last time she was at the plate. She's 2 for 2 with a walk in 3 appearances at the plate. This pitch coming in outside. Ball number 1. Count 1-0 here for Brandon. Here's the pitch. Coming in a little low for ball number 2. Count 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. For number 27, Bailey Brandon. And here's the pitch, 2-0, and this one high outside for ball number 3. And that last RBI double, that's 8 runs on 10 hits given up here for Carroll. And Leander just putting up the runs consistently. This only their second multi-run inning though, but they put up runs, as we said, in 4 of the 6, and that's going to be a walk here for Brandon. So she's going to get on here, and that's going to be runners on first and second. And here comes Marley Nisus. And she's 2 for 3 with 4 RBI is Nisus. And this pitch, a little outside. Ball number 1. Count 1-0 here. 1 ball, no strikes. For Marley Nisus. And a flat the last time she was at the plate. And this one high outside for ball number 2. And have a little meeting here between pitcher and catcher. While they do that, well, just looking at how we got here in the first inning, Leander an RBI single by Nisus to make it 1-0. And then in the top of the second, a 3 RBI triple from Nisus makes it a 5-0 after they were up 2-0 following a Madeline Strader RBI double before that. The solo shot from Bailey Brandon to make it 6-0, and then an RBI double and RBI doubles from Lee and Strader to bring in a run each to make it 8-0. And the count 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2-1 pitch, and for strike number 2. And the count 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. And 2-2 pitch coming up here, and Quiroga ready for it. 2-2 pitch on the way here. And this one fouled off and into the net right behind us for Marley Nisus, and the count going to stay 2-2. We'll be right back here tomorrow at the same time here at the Somerset Softball Complex for game number 2 of this series. And then should there be a game 3, we'll be back Saturday afternoon. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way from Quiroga, and Nisus sends this one over to left field for the flyout. We're out number 3 and the end of the inning. So 2 more runs come in. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base for Leander in the top of the 6th inning. We're headed to the bottom. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live, back right after this.
Vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, bottom of the 6th. Leading off for Carroll is going to be Rayanne Avalos. And Avalos, 3rd time at the plate. She is 1 for 2, and this first pitch comes in. Called ball number 1. And count 1-0 here, 1 ball, no strikes. And Avalos is going to get a piece of this one, foul it off. And the count 1-1. And this pitch comes in a little high for ball number 2. Count 2-1 here for Ryan Avalos, the leadoff batter. And here's 2-1, and Avalos right up the third base line, and that's going to be a leadoff hit as she comes around for a stand-up double. So it's a leadoff hit here for Carroll and a runner at second. And here comes Caitlin Mendez with a runner on first now. And nobody out. Pitch comes in for called strike number 1. Count 0-1, no balls, 1 strike. Here for Caitlin Mendez. And the pitch in, and Mendez gets a piece of it, fouls it off, and the count moves to 0-2, no balls, 2 strikes. And looking in on the regional semifinals, Class 4A, Cal Allen on top of Fredericksburg there, heading to the 7th. They're up 3-0. And this one, a bunt. Nicely done here, but out. Number 1. So Mendes puts down the bunt and moves a runner over to third. With one down and coming to the plate, here's Jasmine Trevino. This pitch in for strike number 1. This one outside, called strike 2. And the count 0-2 here for Jasmine Trevino. Nice pitch in for ball 1. Count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third, and 1 out. And the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one outside for ball 2. And that count even at 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking at the Class 3A regional quarterfinals, Santa Gertrudis defeating Columbus in 5 innings, 10-0 run rule. So they're up 1-0 in game number 1 of their best of 3 series. So a couple of Coastal Bend teams coming out on top in their series openers. And the count full here for Jasmine Trevino, who's going to draw the walk. And she's going to get on base, and now runners at the corner for Corpus Christi Carroll. And coming to the plate, it's going to be number 15, Allison Garcia. So we're going to get a pinch runner here. Coming in to pinch run is going to be Jazz Miller for Carroll at first. So Carroll trying to drive in a run here. So here comes Allison Garcia to the plate. And Garcia is going to foul out, and here's the throw home, and it's going to be a run coming in. And that's going to bring in number 10, Rayanne Avalos, on the sac fly, so make it 8-1. So 2 down here, and a runner on second, and here comes Bree Herrera. This pitch comes in down the middle, strike number 1. And there goes a shutout, so 5 shutout innings for Savannah Guerin, and she's given up 1 run on 5 hits, and there's 2 errors behind her.
We always hold by it.
And Herrera is going to foul this one off for out number 2. I mean for strike number 2.
Okay, you're gonna umpire the B spot, right? So I'm always going. You're only gonna go by where that T is at. Move further up. You see, there's no pull foot from there. You go straight that way, inside. Because if that girl runs third, you're gonna have to take it up. Yeah. That's on the 2.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one
If he's there now,
comes in for ball number 1. So the count 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
so he waits till he crosses, because he goes to second. So he waits for her to go around second. Round first. Then he starts.
So count 1-2 for Bri Herrera.
The girl's going around second. She's gonna be a third, and he's gonna be over here at the plate. And the angle is this way. He's gonna be where the S is at, right there.
1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. And that's the end of the inning here. So 1 run comes in on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 left on base. For Carroll in the bottom of the 6th, they bring in a run. The lead is 8-1, and we're headed to the top of the 7th inning, and we're through 6 complete. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. Back after this.
One army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 7th, leading off for Leander, going to be Bella Ruff. And the score 8-1 here in game 1 of this best of 3 Class 5A regional semifinal. This first pitch from Quiroga comes in for ball number 1. And Ruff gets a piece of this one, fouls it off, even up the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Count 1-1. Pitch, this one on the outside on that edge for strike number 2 in the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the leadoff batter here, Isabella Ruff. Pitch high outside for ball 2, and the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one fouled off into the netting. And the count even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one low outside for ball 3. Count full now. And here's 3-2 pitch on the way. And this one's going to be a walk here for Ruff. And it's going to put a runner on here to lead things off in the top of the 7th. And looking in, the other Class 3A regional semi, it's going to be Bishop with a 1-0 lead over Hallettsville as they win game 1 7-2. At the plate now here for Leander is number 21, Lauren Tetrolt. He's 0 for 3 on the night. And this one put in play, and Tetrolt's going to be safe at first. That's going to be the first Carroll error on the night.
Second, bringing up to the plate, number 9, Chrisma Edmondson.
So runners on first and second, nobody out, and here comes Chrisma Edmondson. Reach base on balls in the top of the 6th inning and then cross the plate on an RBI double from Megan Lee. And this first pitch comes in for strike number 1. So the count 1-1 here for Edmondson. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, nobody out here. Throw a walk and an error at short to lead things off for Carroll, or for Leander rather. And here's the sac bunt to move the runners over to second and third. So nicely done here. So move the runners over, and on the bunt, 1 down. Coming to the plate.
Bringing up to the plate, number 16, Delaney Brunker.
And it's going to be Delaney Brunker. And Brunker 0 for 2 on the night. Coming to the plate with 2 on and 1 out here in top of the 7th. And the count 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way, this one. A little outside for ball 2. And Brunker sends this one back to the wall in left, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double for her. And that's going to make it 10-1. And that one just smacked into deep left and right at the wall there. And those two runners ready to come in, and that's good. Scoring Bella Ruff and Lauren Tetrault. And this is Caitlin Beckerly. And on 1, call that strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes here for Beckerly. At the plate, 1 down and a runner at second. So, with that hit from Brunker, those were runs 9 and 10 and hit number 11 for Leander. And this called strike 3, and there's a throw over to second. So 2 down here. So 2 down and back to the top of the lineup. And here comes Megan Lee. An RBI double last time she was at the plate. And she's 2 for 4 on the night, but she's gotten hits in back-to-back plate appearances. Has Megan Lee, the leadoff batter in the rotation. And Lee hits this one in the left up the middle, rolling in there, and that's going to be an RBI double for her. And it's going to make it 11-1. And here comes Madeline Strader coming to the plate. 2 out and a runner at second. This pitch comes in low. And it's going to be ball number 1. And that's going to be Megan Lee heading over to third base. So count 1-0. Pitch in high for ball number 2. So the count moves to 2-0 here for number 8, Madeline Strader. And Strader sends this one to center field for the fly out to end the inning. But that's out number 3, and that's going to end the inning. But 3 runs come in that inning. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 left on base for Leander in the top of the 7th. And it's an 11-1 lead for Leander Lions. Keep it here. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. We're Real Sports Live back after this.
You're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 7th inning. Leander leading Carroll 11-1 here in Game 1 of this Class 5A Regional Semifinal. And leading things off is going to be number 22, Gabby Acuna. Acuna swings, makes contact, and sends this one foul. And a count 0-1, and this one goes foul again. No and 2, and Savannah Gurin here in the 7th has tossed 6 scoreless innings and allowed the 1 run on 5 hits, and she's racked up 8 strikeouts in the circle for Leander. Just a great showing here against a solid team all season, hitting the ball in the Corpus Christi Carroll Lady Tigers. But Gurin come in here, and his arm's been proved too much here, and has pitched well, and even with runners on, 7 left on base for Carroll on the night. As that ball goes foul, and the count 0-2 here for Gabby Acuna. And remember, this is game number 1 back here tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. First pitch for game number 2 of this Class 5A Regional Semifinal. Swing and a miss, and strike 3 for the first out, and that's strikeout number 9 here for Gurin. And coming up, Lindsay Leal as we cycle around back to the top of the lineup. And there could be a couple of candidates for our player of the game from Leander, but right now looking at Savannah Gurin, what she's been able to do in the circle to keep these Carroll Tigers off balance. And here's going to be a ground out to first for out number 2. And 2 down here. And coming to the plate is going to be Ayla Mata. Ayla Mata. And Mata 0 for 3 on the night. Coming to the plate with 2 outs here on the bottom of the 7th. With their team trailing 11-1. And swing, miss here for strike number 1. And looking towards the Carroll dugout, rally caps on. Still in high spirits over there, and still a lot of softball to be played in this series. But Leander coming up with a really, really good first outing here to this one going to be fouled off. And the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here for Ayla Mata. As mentioned, Leander coming out with a big message here. And they've recorded 11 runs on 12 hits, just 1 Carroll error. And they've held Carroll to just 1 run on 5 hits with 2 Leander errors behind the pitcher Gearing. And this pitch low and outside. Ball number 1. And the count 1-2 here. Here's 1-2 pitch from Guerin, swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to do it, and that's 10 Ks for Savannah Guerin. And that's going to be the end here. Leander puts up 11 runs on 12 hits, and Carroll out to 1 run on 5 hits. And Savannah Guerin, 6 scoreless innings. Pitch there in the circle, 10 strikeouts for her, and a game 1 outing, and Leander leads the series 1-0. We'll be back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. First pitch here for game 2 of this Class 5A regional semifinal series. And I want to appreciate everybody for watching us, and if you guys go follow us on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you can find us on the Roku network. That's Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live. And once again, it's Leander 11, Carroll 1, and Leander leads the series 1-0. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.